afternoon, folks. Welcome back to the farm. To say that today has been a fiasco of one's own making may just be the understatement of the year. So I come in here into the barn at 5 o'clock this morning. Right over here on the floor was a new baby lamb. And right beside it was Annabelle, one of our big Suffolk ewes, licking it off. I was talking about her yesterday, how she's just fat. And just a single. So I was like, yeah, I guess she is just fat. She's licking it off. I picked the lamb up. I put it in that center pen back there. Annabelle charges in. She wants her baby. Two other ones at the same time kind of come in, and I just, there's no treats here. You just get out of here, right? Lock the gate. Text the wife. Yeah, Annabelle's had a baby. It's up. It's looking like it sucked, and I'm gonna go to work. Wish you the best of luck. Well, a couple hours later, she calls and says, you know, basically something's not right with this ewe right here. Now, how could this be? What's going on? It's got a bloody back end. She thinks it's lambing. Should it go in? Should it not go in? I'm like, what's it doing? You know, it's kind of pawing a little bit, but it's still up. It's still interested in food. Like, just leave it for now. Just leave it for now. We'll see. Just give it an hour. She gives it an hour. Doesn't seem to, like, nothing's moving. She reaches in there, nothing, as far as you can go. I mean, you got to have pretty dainty hands to reach in the back end of a sheep. Can't feel nothing. How bizarre. Then I start thinking, well, bloody on the back end. Oof, I wonder if it's like aborted and like outside somewhere. She searches around, can't find, you know, a bloody fetus anywhere. Maybe a bird got it. Well, wouldn't that be a stretch? Anyways, about 1 o'clock this afternoon, she calls over. She can't, like, it just seems like this thing, like, nothing's happening with it. Seems bizarre, right? So I said, you know what? It's a stretch, but just check Annabelle's back end. Because what if that dirty old bugger at 5 o'clock in the morning just kidnapped her baby, and she's running around giving birth, bloody back end. Of course, that totally makes sense, right? Missing a lamb. And sure enough, Annabelle has not lambed yet. She totally kidnapped one. So then, well, several hours have passed now. So what do? Try to reintroduce the lamb to its actual mama. Well, it wants nothing to do with it because now it smells like some other ewe. Thankfully, the wife was able to dig around in there and find the afterbirth and everything, and basically rub that all over that lamb, and eventually the two kind of started getting along again. Now that's a stroke of luck. So that happened. All the while, at the same time, Gladys over here, she had herself a beautiful little single lamb. Hiding in the back there, you can't really see it, just protecting it. So yeah, lesson learned. 5 o'clock in the morning, you got places to be. I got to get to work. I was certain that was Annabelle's lamb. But I never checked. I just never checked around the back end. So that's, again, a comedy of errors of my own making. Anyway, so that's that beautiful little lamb there. See, Mama's at least interested. Seems spry enough. But out here, outside the window, there's the old kidnapper. So now, of course, I'm really hesitant to let the ewes back into the barn because I don't want to cause any confusion as to who belongs to who, because that girl outside, she still thinks that that's her lamb. And this one, teenage mom here, is still like, I mean, I'm sure grandma can look after my kids, right? And baby, just a little bit confused. So now we're trying to get this, I want this lamb to suck, but she doesn't really understand. She's doesn't want to stand properly and let its lamb suck. And that's one reason why sometimes with them yearling ewes, you do have a bit of grief. There's cost benefits to actually breeding your yearling ewes because, well, essentially you get another season out of them. Maybe that's a single. Sometimes you get a twin. Most of the time you get a single. But it's still like one more lamb you get out of them. So you have to kind of do some math and figure out if you really want all the work that comes with the fact of having a teenage mom. That's a little bit slow. Doesn't really know kind of what the expectation, the instinct hasn't set in yet. So I'm going to give her a little splash of grain here in hopes that she'll stand long enough for that lamb to go suckle. And I'll give this mom a bit of grain here too, because she's got 3 on her. She's a good milker though. So we'll see if she can sustain the 3. If I got to pull one off and start bottle feeding, I can do that. I don't particularly want to, but you can do that. So unfortunately, if she won't stand still, I guess I could use the milking stand. But the milking stand works really well. It works good as just that, as a milking stand. You set it in there and you milk it out into a cup or a bucket or whatever. But it's not really great for getting a lamb latched on because it is a bit of a step down. It makes for an awkward angle. So more than likely what I'm going to have to do is go in there and I'll just set her on her hind end, get her teats exposed, and then bring the lamb in for a suckle. You can imagine how many hands that takes. It takes about 4. I've got 2. I'm here by myself right now. So I'm going to try this. I won't be able to film any of it, but I'll let you know how it goes. Well, I'll tell you, I had no success in getting that little lamb to latch on there. But Carmen milked her out earlier, so I give it, what was that? About 125 mils of colostrum off of this ewe. So I think I'm going to tip her on her side and fill up another milk jug for the next feeding in a couple hours. The little bugger, like it'll suck on a bottle, no problem at all, which is not the program I want to get on. But you shove a teat in its mouth. Of course, the teat's it's not flowing milk. Try to like milk it out into its mouth, but yeah, it won't latch for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. So anyways, we're gonna tip her over. I'll milk her out. I'll have a little bit in the fridge. Hopefully in a couple hours. I know it's not gonna happen, but I mean, one can hope, right? This one will learn to suck, and that one will learn to stand still. Well, it took all doggone night. But that little lamb is finally sucking off a teenage mom there. So we don't have to have a Maury Povich moment, thankfully. Everything is as it should be. Except for the state of the shop. I gotta go do some cleanup in the shop. So I'm gonna go handle that. I'll let you go for now. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.